All right, thank you, Gene. On behalf of the city council and the various department heads, I'd like to welcome everyone to our Monday, May 23rd, 2022 city council meeting caucus. As most are aware, the caucus is an opportunity for the council members to discuss, debate, ask questions of, and regarding the various agenda items. To that end, we'll begin with item number 3. All the preceding items are administrative in nature. Communication from Mayor Iafallo regarding her proposed 2022 budget through July of 31st of 2023. Anyone wish to comment on Mayor Iafallo's proposed budget?
I have a question, Council President. If I could just reference the sheet. 1 second. Okay, I believe it's page 21 on the police department. So it's itemized number 101, where it says two new recruits, both January hires, and then it only has a total sum of 41,000. It seems as though either one of them is wrong, whether it may be one new recruit or it should be 82,000.
Unless of the 2 new recruits, there still remains 1 vacancy. Director Wolf, are you familiar with that set out?
Is that for police officer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 set outs under 101 personal services on page 21. The first set out shows 2 new recruits, August hire total $82,000. The second one right underneath that says 2 new recruits, January hire $41,000.
Okay, I would have to check on that. Offhand, I'm trying to rack my brain. Why would it only be the cost of 1? I put in for 4 in August and 4 in January. Obviously, I was hoping, but it got knocked down to 2 and 2. I would imagine that should be $82,000. But I could be missing something. So if you give me a day or 2, I could check on it, or I could mute myself and make a phone call right now.
It's only half a year.
Thanks, Director. Why don't we refer that to
that is correct.
our
That's
controller?
correct.
It's only
Linda,
half a year.
It's
Linda,
exactly
do you
right.
have it? Linda?
Yes, it's half a year for the 2.
Okay.
So
Right, 'cause
it's 2 hires at 41,000 for 6 months. Is that it?
That's correct.
Okay.
Thanks, Kevin.
Very good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Okay, anyone else on the budget proposal?
I just have a comment if I can, Mr.
Sure.
President. Seeing this was my first budget, I did have, a lot of questions in the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted to thank the department heads, the other members of the council, and the mayor for, getting me through this and helping me out a lot with the, the budget process. And I'd just like to thank everyone for their help.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. And along those same lines, I think we owe a debt of gratitude and thanks to Mayor Iafallo for the hard work in putting this budget together, as well as our controller, Linda Ibicki. So we owe a debt of gratitude to both, as well as the various department heads who put pencil to paper and came up with what appears to be a very rational and reasonable budget proposal.
Council
So thank
President,
Yes.
I just want to go on the record and state something as I review, just like second ward council member, Carl Anderson. This is my first budget, also reviewing it. And things are very self-explanatory. However, I do want to go on record to state that as far as the animal control goes, I believe that more money should go towards that. Given the urgency and widespread rodents and animals that we have been experiencing throughout the whole city, more than $49,900 should be going towards that to alleviate and to remedy, and to rather than being reactive, we should be more proactive in eradicating a lot of the rodent and pest issue that the city of Lackawanna is facing. And it all makes sense to me now when I see only, less than $50,000 going towards that. So moving forward, I would like to see more effort go into that. Maybe we could work on it collectively to see where a solution would lie, where it would be both fiscally wise, as well as us being able to remedy that with as little monies as possible, however, more than just 50K.
Well, without more information, animal control is such a variable. I think it's difficult to be proactive to the point where you can eradicate some of the influx of wildlife. It's just an ongoing situation. We're surrounded in some areas by fields and woods, and some of the animals from Tiff Farm migrate towards this city. It's given the circumstances, I thought Officer Katuza was doing an admirable job based on the fact that he is part-time.
All right.
Whether or not it should be a full-time position, obviously, might be consideration for next year's budget. And perhaps at that time, there might be some more concrete suggestions as to what programs might be initiated and directed at what particular problem. But well taken, Council Member Muflahi. All right, anyone else have any comments on the mayor's proposed budget? Item number 3.
Yes, Council President, Councilmember Sirdike.
Yep.
On the question there, any rat problems I have in the 4th ward, I got 4 or 5 calls already, and the county has a great program. You call them, they have a guy comes out, he sets traps, and he comes back, he checks up, and so I've been dealing with them. If you have any rodent problems, and recently I haven't had any. It's people keep their garbage cans covered, and it's great. But as far as the other wildlife, yeah, there's not much we can do about it without the DEC getting involved. I mean, I saw a coyote in my backyard the other day. So on that, and
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Linda also about, I was in her office last week for an hour going over everything, and it seems to be a great job with all the increase in wages and gas and everything going up. I'll be interested to see if this budget balances out. It looks like it will. The revenues aren't over exaggerated. And I'd like to thank Linda also. I have one quick question I didn't get a chance to ask anybody last week. The fire department, the renovations, maybe John knows this. We were talking about making the door bigger, 30, 40, 50,000, and I see firehouse reservations, 180,000. Does anybody know what that's for? I'm sorry I didn't get to ask last week.
My understanding is a portion of that is for the garage door.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
180,000 is not 30, 40,000. That's what I was wondering what the rest was going to be used for. We just renovated the one on South Park a while ago. So do you know where line that is, or maybe the controller knows? I don't know.
I
In the
guess
fire
it is
department.
accommodating the new fire truck. They have to put in a bigger door. And
Yeah,
the paperwork all has to be done to fix the outside. And in addition, all the ductwork and heating on the inside needs to be raised up.
oh,
So
so
it
it's not
incorporates-
30, it's not 30, 40,000. Okay, all right.
So,
'Cause
so
we were
Linda, to
talking a
clarify,
couple months.
is the budgeted item of 180,000, is that earmarked for the garage door and the renovations to that fire house to accommodate the new fire truck? Is that totally directed towards that?
I believe the majority of it is, yes.
Thank
right.
you, Linda. Thank you, Councilman Sirdike. Anyone else? Item number 3. Item number 4, it's actually 2 requests on my behalf. Given the tragedy in the city of Buffalo, at the top supermarket, I thought it would be an appropriate and a welcome gesture if we go on the record as a council, standing in solidarity with the people of the city of Buffalo with their tremendous and heart-wrenching loss. It's been such a tragedy. So I would ask that you consider giving your vote towards that resolution. And the second one, obviously, is returning to a public forum for the in-person city council meeting, starting with the next meeting. Does anyone have any questions regarding either of those resolutions? All right, moving on to item number 5 from Rick Judah, City Attorney.
Council President, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I believe I was coming in broken. I do also want to extend my sympathy and condolences to all the victims and their families in the city of Buffalo and the greater city at large. That being said, I do want to move on to the next topic that you had also put a resolution in for the going back to in-person meetings. I just had a question, as maybe it's something we could discuss and figure out prior to voting, but in the event that anyone should have to quarantine or is ill and not able to be present live at the meetings, would they be able to Zoom in on those specific situations, those specific times?
I don't think they would be any different from any normal meeting where a council member might be absent due to illness. As a result, I don't anticipate having Zoom available. However, our city attorney, Rick Judah, did prepare a resolution for our consideration, possibly at the next meeting, addressing a non-public appearance by a council member given some extraordinary circumstances. We had discussed at the last meeting that proposal is via teleconferencing versus Zoom, but it would anticipate a possible illness. So under those circumstances, I would think that if that resolution is passed, that gives the opportunity for a council member to participate in the event of illness. However, the rules are already in place that in the event of a council member being ill and cannot attend, what's required then is that we have a quorum. And if we have a quorum, then we move forward one way or the other. It's my understanding. Anyone else? Moving on to item number 5 from our city attorney, again requests approval of the snow removal and ice control agreement 2022 to 2025. Anyone have any questions or comments on item number 5? Item number 6, again from the city attorney, request approval of an ordinance regarding the sale of 27 Washington Street. That was the subject of last city council meeting. Anyone have any comments or questions on item number 6? Item number 7, again from a city attorney, request city council approval for the resolution authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents appropriate and necessary to take title to the extended Dona Street property. It's a dedication of a public roadway. It's happens every day with new construction. Anyone have any comments or questions of item number 7?
Mr. Council President,
Yes, sir.
Kevin Sirdike. On number 6, I was there today and that land was never cleaned up. Apparently, we can't tell the DPW to go clean up anything. That's not our job. We only make policy, I guess. So just so you know, the property is the same as it was. So I don't know if this guy's gonna buy it like that, but I
Well,
just thought,
yeah, Councilman Sirdike, thank you. Good question. I spoke to Mayor Iafallo and to the commissioner of the DPW. They had both been out there at the property, walked the property, found out where the problems are, including the shed. And I was reassured that as a condition of the sale, the city will clean that property prior to the sale.
Right.
So that will be taken care of.
okay, I just wanted to bring that up. I didn't want it just be swept under the rug. All right,
Yeah, no,
thank you.
Good point. Thank you, Councilman Sirdike. Again, no issues regarding the transfer of title and responsibility for Dona Street to the city of Lackawanna. Item number 8. For our information as a city council, our city attorney, when we thank Rick for this, submitted a copy of for the council review of Municipal Code Chapter 12, city-owned real estate and the disposition of any city-owned property thereof. I think everyone should become familiar with it. And in the event we need to tweak it, we should consider for future sales. But we need to tighten down our policy and be transparent with that in that regards. Anybody have any issues or questions on item number 8? Moving on to item number 9, again from our city attorney, submits to the council, review a copy of section 103A, public officers law pertaining to video conferencing. We talked about that earlier. He attached the proposed local law for possible action at the next regular city council meeting. Anyone have any questions on that topic? Item number 10, again from the city attorney, requesting council approval of the attached ordinance regarding parking on Holland Avenue. Anyone have any issues or comments on that?
Council President, I do. I don't know if there was a typo or if it was intentional, but the 6 p.m. to Wednesday to 6 p.m. Sunday, I know that used to be the practice probably over a decade ago, but as of recent, citywide policy has been 4 p.m. Wednesday to 4 p.m. Sunday. And I was wondering if that was something that we can amend today, or if there was a reason to keep it at 6 p.m.
To my knowledge, it can be amended from the floor to reflect the citywide consistent policy of 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything they wish to add to that?
Is that what it says on the signs now? I
Yeah, all
forgot
the
to
signs
look.
say 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay, well then, yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Awesome. We don't want to go around and change all the signs.
No, it's just the one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
keep that up to date. Anyone else? Moving on to item number 11 from Commissioner of Public Works, Mr. DeSantis. Requests and approves CPL as the engineering consultant for Veteran Stadium Rehabilitation Project. Complete proposals at the clerk's office. Anyone have any questions or comments on item number 11?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Kevin, sir, they already did a lot of work there, right? Tony on?
A lot of the pre-planning, my understanding.
Oh, they haven't done much of anything because the city attorney had to do a lot of work just to get the search and survey and the boundaries over there. That took a lot of time. He did a lot of hard work doing that. We're just starting to get into satisfying the grants with this certification of CPI. We'll start moving on that project.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have any comments on item number 12? Or strike that item number 11. Item number 12 is again from our Commissioner of Public Works, requesting changes to performance bond requirements found in Chapter 194, Streets and Sidewalks, Article 5, and 194 to 129, bonding insurance required. He's asking for an upgrade, a change in the sum of performance bonds from a set $2,000 to a more flexible 10% of the project cost with a minimum cost of $5,000 bond. Anyone have any comments or questions on item number 12? All right, moving on to item number 13.
1 second, please, Mr. Council President.
Yes,
I have a comment on the city council to approve. I didn't hear you say the concrete affidavit. That's something
yes,
that needed to be done. I know people, a year or two ago, we had the guy on Martin Road who all of a sudden he put a driveway in and he took away the curb. Is that what this is all about, Tony? Widening the curb, taking the parking way in the streets?
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want anybody widening their approach any more than a 2-car driveway, which is, I believe, a minimum of 30 feet. I'm not sure the exact number. Yeah, and that's been happening all over the city, so we're trying to put a stop to that.
So then what? When the people come up to get a permit, they'll have to get this and sign it, or what? Or the contractor, or what?
No, whoever pulls the permit for the concrete, whether it's a contractor or a homeowner, they'll sign that affidavit. And I believe if they don't, we catch them and they don't do that, I believe it's $125 a foot of concrete.
Yeah. It's $250, I think. Yeah, I read it in the affidavit. Okay, that's good. That's a good job. Thanks a lot, Department.
anyone else have any comments on item number 12? If not, moving to item 13, again from Mr. DeSantis, requesting approval of obtaining the funds to send Foreman Greg Kowalik to the Department of Transportation Highway School Training, June 6th through June 8th. Anyone have any questions or comments? Item number 14, City Controller requests transfer of $135,000 from the general fund to special revenue fund to cover costs, my understanding. Anyone have any comments on agenda item number 14?
I do. One quick question. Most of that's for the raises then, right, Linda?
No, most of it has to do with the loss of revenue due to the reduction of units for the trailer park in both years.
That's 130 times 254. That's only $33,000. Where's the other 100,000 going?
Other 100 is just in anticipation of increased expenses for next year, and that does include a portion of salary and benefits.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just so we know, it wasn't just for the 130 units. Okay, thank you.
Moving on to item number 15 from Director of Development, request City Council approve Commissioner D status for Building Inspector Stephen Ballon to expire December 31st, 2024. Anyone have any comments on that? Similarly, from communications from citizens, from Mark J. Patrica requesting Commissioner D status for Chinita Johnson, again to expire December 31st, 2024. Anyone have any comments on item number 16? Moving on to business registrations, from Lakeisha Jones, DBA K's Way LLC, convenience store, 1478 Abbott Road. Anyone have any comments on that request?
Council President, Third Ward
Councilman
Councilman Moretti. Yeah, we have a problem with that building. There's a barber shop up in front. There was another store along the side. They don't have proper parking. The owner of the building apparently had fraudulently got a signature from the bar and said that he had parking places there. The owner of the bar came forward to say he did not give him consent, and nobody around him will give him consent for this. So this convenience store, I am not in favor of it. I'm definitely going to vote no against this. I would hope everybody would consider that, because this whole building has been a problem with marijuana sales and just not going by the laws.
Thank you, Councilmember Moretti.
Can
Anyone
I,
have any?
Council
anyone
President,
else?
can I make a recommendation on that?
Yes.
I know we talked earlier today and can we at least table that one until the next meeting? I'd like to speak to code enforcement. There were 3 businesses operating out of there, and I agree with Mr. Moretti. 3 is way too many. But if there's only 2 businesses operating there now, it may be able to be revisited, but I want to get all the facts before the council votes on it. So I know you like to handle these as they come through, but I would ask that matter be tabled for further study by the city attorney's office and the code enforcement department.
Thank you, City Attorney Judah. Councilmember Moretti, would you be okay with tabling this?
Yeah, I would be, because there is other information. There's a barber shop in front. He was okay to have a barber shop at 1 chair. He put 2 chairs in. So these people just aren't following the rules and regulations. They're go in front of development or whoever they go in front of to get this okay. And from what I spoke to a few people, nobody seems to be in favor of what's going on with this building. And I'm sure that Mr. Judah will look into it properly and advise us. Thank you.
I have a question. Is the landlord one of the occupants, or is it just okay?
No.
I didn't hear the answer to that question.
No, I don't believe he is the occupant there. There was, like I said, there was 3 businesses. I was getting phone calls like crazy that there was parking. People were parking everywhere. The 2 people that called says all they could smell was marijuana up and down the street, loud noises, cars taking off. I know through I spoke with the director of public safety, John Wolf. He told me that this has been a problem, and that I believe they had raided the place at one time. So this has got to stop. We don't need this in our neighborhood, anybody's neighborhood.
Is the convenience store part of the problem, or they just happen to rent at the wrong building?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure, because I know there's like Mr. Judah said, there's 3 businesses. I'm not sure.
I'll answer all those questions for you next time.
Yeah,
Sure.
there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm okay with the tabling.
Okay, thanks, Tal. Next is communication, business registration. April Stewart, DBA Mocha Butter Cosmetics LLC, skincare sales, 719 Ridge Road. Anyone have any comments on that application? Okay, unless there's anything further, I'd like to call formally the meeting of the Lackawanna City Council for May 23rd, 2022 to order. And I would request everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. City Clerk, would you take the roll, please?
Absolutely, Mr. Council President. Roll call council, Muflahi,
Present.
Anderson,
Here.
Ready,
Here,
Sirdike,
Present.
Morano,
Here.
Department heads, law,
Here.
development,
Here.
public works,
Here.
public safety,
Here,
controller,
Here.
recreation,
Here.
public information.
here.
Hearings from citizens, we have nothing, Mr. Council President, other than the Mr. Patrica reference that you discussed in caucus regarding the Commissioner of Deeds. So from that, we need the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of May 9th, 2022.
Morano moves to approve the the minutes of the regular meeting of May 9th, 2022.
Anderson, second.
So I have a motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve the minutes as written of the regular meeting of May 9th, 2022. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes,
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. Departmental reports 1 and 2.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2 inclusive.
Moretti second.
A motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes,
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. Communications from the mayor, number 3. Mayor Iafallo requests the city council approve the attached budget ordinance for the fiscal year commencing August 1st, 2022 through July 31st, 2023. A budget highlight synopsis is attached.
Morano moves to receive and file act on ordinance.
Moretti second.
By Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file act on ordinance. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes,
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. The ordinance adopting the current expense budget of the city of Lackawanna for fiscal year 2022 to 2023. A complete copy of the proposed budget is available in the city clerk's office.
Morano moves to adopt ordinance as written with thanks to Mayor Iafallo for her efforts, as well as our controller, Linda Hibicki, for the hard work she put in putting this together. They helped hold the line on increases in taxes to our community.
Moretti second.
I have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt ordinance as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes,
Sirdike,
Before I vote, I'd just like to say that I hope the public safety department, our fire department, our police department appreciate that we are not defunding our police force. We're hiring 4 new police officers. We're hiring a new complaint writer, 3 new police cars. We support our police and we support our fire department. I vote yes.
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. Communications from the council, number 4. Council President Morano requests the city council approve the 2 attached resolutions, one pertaining to the horrific act of violence in Buffalo on May 14th, the other to resume live in-person meetings of the city council.
Morano moves to receive and file and act on resolution. And to that end, I would like to comment that thanks to the television networks in carrying the comments of many of the surviving families of that heartbreaking tragedy at the Top Supermarket in Buffalo. We need to keep in mind that the person who committed these atrocities had to come from 3 or 4 hours away, 2, 3 hours, whatever it was, because no one in the city of Buffalo, to my knowledge, in the history of the city of Buffalo, had ever committed anything as atrocious as this. And we've all lost members of our family and our friends. But what was striking to me is that this is the most significant display of evil in this community that we've experienced in our history that I can remember. And the thing that I was most impressed with was the family members who were speaking after this tragedy didn't speak out of anger or hatred. What they did was that community led Buffalo and Western New York in a tribute to their fallen family members, and the display of dignity and grace by those family members in talking about hope and forgiveness is a lesson for all of us. And hopefully, if there were any people of doubt watching any of those news broadcasts, that what they saw coming from the hearts of those people was transformative in their lives. And if that wasn't an event for an epiphany for so many people, then they missed a great opportunity. Our hearts are broken, and our fellow citizens, especially in the city of Buffalo, I think need to know how we feel about it. I would ask you consider passing this resolution.
Maflahe seconds.
I think we all like to second that.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Very well said, Mr. Council President. So I have a motion by Council President Morano, seconded at all remaining council members to receive and file and act on these resolutions. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. That first resolution is a resolution condemning the hate crime perpetuated on the residents of Buffalo, New York on May 14th, 2022, and calling for elected officials to do everything in their power to prevent a similar situation, and also calling for the prosecution of the individual responsible to the fullest extent of the law.
Morano moves that to adopt the resolution as written.
Anderson second.
So I have a motion by Morano, second by Anderson, to adopt the resolution as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. The second resolution, as per Chapter 3, Section 3.7 of the City of Lackawanna Municipal Code, to resume live in-house council meetings in council chambers effective Monday, June 6, 2022. The resolution passed by this honorable body on January 4th, 2022, authorizing the remote Zoom format, is hereby rescinded.
Morano moves to adopt the resolution as written.
Maflahe
Second, Sirdike.
Okay, I have a motion by Morano, second by Muflahi, to adopt the resolution as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from division department heads. Number 5, city attorney requests the city council approve the attached 2022-2025 snow removal and ice control agreement. A complete copy of the contract is on file in the clerk's office.
Morano moves to adopt the request.
Second, Sirdike.
A motion by Morano, second by Sirdike, to approve request. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 6, city attorney requests city council approve the attached ordinance regarding the sale of 27 Washington Street.
Morano moves to receive and file act on ordinance.
Maflahe seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Muflahi, to receive and file act on ordinance. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. That ordinance authorizing the sale transfer of property pursuant to Municipal Code Chapter 12, sale of property known as 27 Washington Street, which is sublot number 141.51-4-9 to Faith Fathi Motion for the sum of $1,500.
Maflahe moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Ready,
Second,
second.
Sirdike.
Sorry, Kevin, you keep coming in second here. Motion by Muflahi, second by Moretti, to adopt ordinance as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 7, city attorney requests city council approve the attached resolution authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents appropriate and necessary to take title to the Dona Street land.
Morano moves to receive and file, act on resolution.
Maflahe seconds.
I have a motion by Morano, second by Maflahe to receive and file act on resolution. Maflahe,
Yes.
Anderson,
yes,
Moretti,
yes,
Sirdike,
yes,
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. That resolution authorizes the mayor to execute any and all documents appropriate and necessary to take title of the Dona Street land referred to in resolution number 21, 2019, and to also authorize the mayor to enter into and execute any addendum or amendments to BCA site 2-13 C915198M as may be necessary and required by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Moretti second,
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt resolution as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
yes,
Moretti,
yes,
Sirdike,
yes,
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communication number 8, also from the city attorney, submits a copy for city council review of municipal code chapter 12, city-owned real estate disposition of.
Morano moves to receive and file with the thanks to Rick Judah for sending that.
Moretti second,
A motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
yes,
Moretti,
yes,
Sirdike,
yes,
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communication number 9, city attorney submits for city council review a copy of section 103 sub A of the public officers law, which pertains to video conferences. Also attached is a proposed local law for possible action at the next regular meeting of the city council.
Morano moves to receive and file. And Mr. City Clerk, would you make this an agenda item for the next meeting? Possible passage of the pro-offered resolution.
That I will do that, sir.
Anderson second,
I have a motion by Morano, second by Anderson to receive and file and have this item on the agenda for the next council meeting for a proposed action. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
yes,
Moretti,
yes.
Sirdike.
on the question, do we have to have a public hearing on that? One of these, we have to have a public hearing, don't we? Rick,
Yes. Whether it's done by resolution or local law, it's got to be done by public hearing.
so we gotta pick a date for that?
Well, if you pass it at the next meeting, we could do the public hearing after that.
Oh, after we do it, okay, I thought maybe before, all right,
Well,
yes,
I mean, if you want to do the public hearing beforehand, but
no,
I would
no.
think
we
the
don't-
purpose of the public hearing is if you're going to pass it.
All right.
Well, I
Yes.
mean, that's for you guys to decide.
Well,
You're
I
going to
read
need a
your
public
thing.
hearing one way or the other.
All right, I guess it's up to the council president, not me, so I vote yes.
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. And I'll look into that tomorrow as well with the city attorney and make sure we got everything square. Item number 10, city attorney requests the city council approve the attached ordinance regarding Holland Avenue.
Maflahe moves to amend the ordinance from 6 p.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday through 4 p.m. Sunday, and then to receive and file and act on ordinance.
Okay, so we're gonna receive and file, act on the ordinance, and then the second part, when you adopt the ordinance, we can do it as amended.
Sure. Okay. So
Morano seconds.
So I've got a motion by Muflahi, a second by Morano to receive and file act on ordinance. Muflahi,
yes.
Anderson,
yes,
Yes,
Sirdike,
Yes,
Morano,
Yes.
carried 5-0. The ordinance amending chapter 215, traffic and vehicles of the city of Lackawanna Municipal Code, specifically 94 Holland Avenue. No parking at any time on the east or west side of Holland Avenue from its intersection of east and west lines of Holland Avenue with the south line of Ridge Road to a distance of 30 feet south of said south line of Ridge Road at any time. There will be alternate parking 30 feet south of said south line of Ridge Road with no parking on the west line of Holland Avenue from the original ordinance said 6 p.m. It is being amended to 4 p.m. Sunday to 4 p.m. Wednesday and no parking on the east line of Holland Avenue from 4 PM Wednesday to 4 PM Sunday.
Maflahe moves to adopt ordinance as amended.
Morano seconds.
Motion by Muflahi, second by Morano to adopt ordinance as amended. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Item number 11, DPW Commissioner requests City Council approve CPL as the engineering consultants for Veterans Stadium Rehabilitation Project to satisfy grant requirements. A complete text of the proposal is on file in the clerk's office.
Morano moves to approve request.
Anderson second.
A motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve request. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Item number 12, DPW Commissioner requests the City Council approve the following changes to performance bonds found in Chapter 194, Streets and Sidewalks, Article 5, Opening Streets and Sidewalks, Section 194-29 Bond Insurance Required. I would like the following updated. Change the sum of the performance bond from a set amount of $2,000 to 10% of the project cost with a minimum of $5,000. We would also like to see the changing of the language from the Office of the Chief Engineer to the Office of Commissioner of Public Works. In addition to that, he is requesting the City Council approve a concrete affidavit to which a sample was attached to be on file at City Hall, which would ensure the applicant is aware of the regulations to be followed when putting in a driveway.
Morano moves to approve request, refer to Law Department for ordinance.
Second, second.
We have a motion by Morano, second by Sirdike to approve request, refer to Law Department for an ordinance, changing the municipal code. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 13, DPW Commissioner requests the City Council approve sending Foreman Greg Kowalik to the New York State DOT 2022 Highway School Training Program from June 6, 2022 through June 8, 2022.
Morano moves to approve request.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to approve request. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Item number 14, City Controller requests the City Council approve the attached ordinance to transfer funds from the general fund to the special revenue fund in the amount of $135,000.
Morano moves to receive and file act on ordinance.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file act on ordinance. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. The ordinance amending the 2021-2022 budget ordinance adopted May 18th, 2021 by adding $135,000 to the budget code for transfer to other funds, special revenue, and appropriating $135,000 of the city's fund balance to the budget for interfund transfers by $135,000.
Morano moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Second, Anderson.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to adopt ordinance as written. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Item number 15, Director of Development requests the City Council approve Commissioner of Deed status in the City of Lackawanna for Building Inspector Stephen Balon, term to expire December 31st, 2024.
Morano moves to approve request.
Second, Sirdike.
A motion by Morano, second by Sirdike to approve request. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from citizens, number 16. Art J. Patrica, Attorney at Law, requests the City Council approve Commissioner of Deed status in the City of Lackawanna for Janita Johnson from Niagara Falls. The term is to expire December 31st, 2024.
Morano moves to approve request.
Second, Anderson.
I have a motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve request. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Business registrations. Lakeitha Jones doing business as Kaysway LLC, which is a convenience store located at 1478 Abbott Road.
Morano moves to table's request.
Moretti second.
So as per the caucus, I've got a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to table request pending further study by the law department and code enforcement. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
Yes,
carried 5-0. April Stewart doing business as Mocha Butter Cosmetios or something along those lines, LLC. It's a skincare sales and cosmetic merchandise store, 719 Ridge Road.
Maflahe moves to approve the business registration.
Anderson second.
A motion by Muflahi, second by Anderson to approve business registration. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
yes.
carried 5-0. Mr. Council President.
Thank you, Mr. City Clerk. I have no table items or old business. However, would call upon the Third Ward Council Member Dean Moretti. He requested the floor at this time for an announcement.
Thank you, Council President. What I just wanted to let know is that on June 9th, from 5:30 to 8 o'clock at Ilio DePaulo's, there's a Judges and Police Awards Night. Archie Patrica, a Lifetime Achievement Award, is going to be awarded that night. I don't know if Mr. Judah has any more information on that, but it seems like quite an honor for him.
I don't, but I certainly will get some more information on that. I believe Dean mentioned it to me the other day, and I will see if I can get some more information for the city department heads or for any of the council members who want to take time out of their busy schedule to honor Mr. Patrica.
Thank you, sir.
Right, thank you. Any other council members have any items they wish to bring forward at this time?
Mr. President, I'm not a council member, but if I may, just for a moment, I have something I want to convey.
Okay,
This Sunday, we have our annual Veterans Day, or excuse me, Memorial Day ceremony. Sunday, May 29th at 10 a.m. at Lackawanna Veterans Stadium. Anybody who's been there in the past knows it's a great event. All of our local posts are represented. And I just wanted to extend the invitation to all the members of the council and the department heads, as well as the general public. I know Chuck Clark is going to be making a broader announcement to the public, inviting everyone, but I just wanted to make certain everyone was aware that this great event is coming up this Sunday.
thank you, George Livestock.
And I believe the banner program at the senior center is the day before at 10 a.m.
Yes, yeah, 10:30, I thought.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Mr. Council President, Chuck Clark, just one quick comment, if I may. On behalf of the mayor's office, we'd like to thank the executives and workers at TMP Technologies, which is the newest company in Renaissance Commerce Park, who make the Magic Eraser cleaning product. They hosted 20 Lackawanna High School students from a STEM class taught by Mr. Batar. The students themselves actually expressed interest in going to the site to learn more about the company and its product. The teacher reached out to the mayor's office, and Mayor Iafallo made that connection with TMP. So we'd like to thank all of them for being great new citizens to the business community of Lackawanna, and for teaching the kids in that STEM class a real good overview of the Magic Eraser product. Not only how it was originated, but how it's made in the new factory in Lackawanna. So thank you to all of them there.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Anyone else?
Mr. Council President, again, I know that it's generally reserved for the council, but it seems as though several department heads are chiming in, so I might as well do the same. I just want to give kudos to my daughter, Kate Jaworski, for running a very successful torch run, law enforcement torch run that was held at the senior center yesterday. And in talking to other municipalities, Most first-time events of this nature draw very few individuals. In fact, West Seneca had 6 people participate in their first event. And the city of Lackawanna, as always, came through in excess of 100 runners and walkers participating in the Torch Run for Special Olympics. So like to, on her behalf, thank the mayor and the police department, director of public safety, and everybody else that was involved in the successful run.
Thank you, Mr. City Clerk. Congratulations to all involved, especially Caitlin. Anyone else? If not, then I'm going to make a motion to adjourn this meeting in the memory of the 10 people who lost their lives in the tragedy at Tops Market and the 3 injured people who are still in recovery.
Alrighty, second.
Second at all.
Yeah, you know.
All right, so we have a motion by Council President Morano, a second by et al. To adjourn the meeting in memory of the top shooting victims, both those that have unfortunately passed and also the victims that are still struggling to recover, and of course, their families. Muflahi,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano,
Yes.
and it carried 5-0.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening and thanks for
Good night.
your
Good night, everyone.
participation.
Good night.
Good night.